Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Freebie Friday. My name's lisalyle, and I am here as a reflection of you, perhaps. And I'm just here to share some of the energetic stream that we're in. I thought today would be astro, sharing some astrology of the time. I'm guided today to share really some messages that came through this morning in about 11 minutes, if you can believe that or not, just after 11 o'clock. So before we get into it all, I'm going to light some Palo Santo. How are you all doing? It's been a couple days since we connected. I wasn't here yesterday because I had an appointment in a dentist's chair, which got canceled and shifted to another day. And, at the end of this week, so it's Saturday in my world, Friday in yours. How are we all feeling? We've moved through the 1111 gateway, remembering that we are the gateway. We've made some bold choices this week to move in the direction of dreams. And it really feels like you may be feeling at this point in time, whenever you're connecting with these messages, really like, oh my gosh, what is going on? What's happening? I need to rest. I need more water. Whatever it may be, honor what you're feeling. Honor what is coming up in the moment for you. When we're following our inner knowing, it's so important. So this week has been a really pivotal week personally. And the pivot point was a bold move that I made. And now it's free. It's like we can when we do what we're guided to do, we must be willing to let go. And we must be willing to let go of any sort of expectation of how it may go. And this is what it means to evolve, if you will, responsibly and in a grounded way. So I commend you for the courageous path of your heart that you continue to take. I commend you for the other day. It was like I was kind of at a loss trying to figure out what the heart is. Well, what the heart is it's our compass. I don't know why that was so hard. I was shown that vision probably 13 years ago when Wisdom of the Heart came to be. I was shown the visual of an old school compass over top of my heart. And, the more that we grow, the more that we nurture ourselves, the more we take responsibility for our life in the here and now, and take responsibility for perhaps, it's really about a growing up. And so we all have opportunities to grow up in this lifetime. It's true. It's true. We do. And, a part of that growing up is sometimes swallowing, as Alanis sang about, a jagged little pill. It's never easy to be the one who experiences the ego death, if you will, over and over again, as we enact free will to follow divine will, divine guidance in our life. Let me light this again. So it's a great act of courage to be the softening. So thank you for that. And thank you for creating the soft space for your own soul to land. We are so powerful. And we have been at this, we've been traveling this journey of the soul for a very, very long time, because we are the ancients. And we are the ancients here to come back online. Not necessarily online like this. You and I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with you like this It's coming back into divine alignment. And I really, what they just showed me is like our our spine as the sword of light, the sword of truth. And, the handle, I'm seeing it through the heart space. A sword, and then it's got the handle, and then there's the two parts. It's kind of like the scales. That's how I'm seeing it. And we are the trees of life, here living it. We are having the experience of remembering that we are divine in this really what may feel like a chaotic human time, a chaotic time in the evolution of the human beyond the mind. So we're either getting more real, or we're getting more fake. So I said to someone yesterday, I don't even remember where that was. Where was that? Oh, it doesn't matter. Um, uh, at the grocery store, a woman, we were chatting, and then she said something, oh, AI. And I said, yeah, authentic intelligence. Let's bring it back. And she's like, oh, I like that. I said, feel free to use it, because we are the ones. We are the ancient ones here through everything that we have experienced. Look at us. How are you feeling about your life these days? At this time, I'd like to ask, just a sec. You're saying both feet on the ground, Lisa. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our experience of heaven on earth in this lifetime. Our just desserts. So we're going to get right into the messages that came through this morning through some automatic writing just after 11 o'clock, some ancient script. There was some handwriting in there. And yeah, so let's see. So the messages that came through this morning were activated deep roots, a safari of love, soul love. Soul love grows here, now, sacred ground remembered. Love, soft and tender, ancient, eternal, timeless and boundless. Can you ground this? So, we're so supported. You and I were so tuned in and connected to the spiritual realms. And in fact, many of you here may feel more connected to the spiritual realms than you do to the human experience. Like, not to say we haven't had really human experiences. If you're here, you've had a really you've had quite a human experience. You've had the whole kit and caboodle of human experiences, and yet you're here. And so there's, it's a miracle. It's a miracle that you're here. It's a miracle that we're here sharing, and that we have this opportunity to be the shift, to be the integrated vessel. And so with this question coming through for us today, it's a reminder of what is most important moment to moment. And that is our ability to ground what we're receiving, to allow it to move through the sword that is our spine, allowing it to move through and connecting to the mother, connecting to the body of this planetary realm that we currently, as the current, call home. You got it? Did you get all that? Yeah. So let's do that again. Activated deep roots, a safari of love, soul love, grows here now, sacred ground, remembered. Love, soft and tender, ancient, eternal, timeless, and boundless. Can you ground this? And then the refrain that came through is yes, 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 we can. Begin again. New growth from strong and healthy roots. Boots on the ground. Bare feet is best. Trust the sacred beat in your chest. Remove the vest you have worn to protect yourself. And so this is, this is, as I say that, this week, throughout the course of the week, I have really had to show up in the masculine energy. So, in the nest, I'm very much able to be in the feminine essence. And I do feel I carry myself in the world very much in the feminine essence as well. And yet, there are times we must stand up for ourselves. We must enact love and, find our voice, even if it's shaking 1111, even if it's shaking to, I guess, defend what's precious is what I just heard, and there's so much absurd. Hmm. That's interesting. My left side is all like wiggity 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 whack this week. It feels very um tender. It feels tender. My right side feels tender. And the right side of our body is the action side. It's what we give away. It's the masculine side of our body. And it's governed by the left brain. And then, like, I don't even know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see. Well, you can see my 1212 there. My left shoulder is sitting a little bit higher than the right shoulder. It's kind of like I'm feeling right now. It's like this burdened energy. It takes inner resources to stand up for ourselves. It takes inner resources to speak, even when our voice is shaken. It takes um, inner resources and heaps of courage to move things and move along, perhaps so that we can let go of things. Once there's movement, then we can let go, knowing that we have done our part. There's nothing more that we can do, with the exception of continuing to cultivate from the space within me and you. Love knows best. And then with knows, they had me write GNO again. And so for those of you who may not be aware, GNO is our gnosis. It's that inner knowing. Like most of the stuff I share, I would say 99% of the stuff I share doesn't come from any book I've read, doesn't come from any class I took. It comes from the master class of mastering, getting this little ass to move sometimes. It's the master class in love. It's a master class in love, because for so long, so many of us sought outside of ourselves for what was always to be found inside of ourselves: home, our heart, our wounds, those things that had us feeling we had to wear a vest to protect ourselves. It's like our suit of armor. No one's getting in. I remember how that goes, right? No one's getting in. And we harden. Even those of us who walk through the world with profound spiritual awareness and deep spiritual connection, even us have lived a long time with hardened hearts. Our hearts haven't truly been open because there was more inner work, more inner depths to be depths. Let me see if water helps or tea. there were more inner depths to be explored. And so as we continue to nurture the home fires, we soften, and we become more soft. And that is such a gift. So love knows best. It is safe for you to rest. Lead with your chest proud and move your feet. So we go out into the world, knowing we're guided and protected, and perhaps calling on that guidance and protection, especially Archangel Michael, who has been very, very effervescent and present in the home space in my life these days. Not that he hasn't always been. We as the channel, we as the vessel, oftentimes don't really, we know that whoever is there for us, we know the spiritual realms are there for us. It feels like there's a call for us now to practice and to cultivate enacting these energies with us as we go out into the world. Let's not just assume we're protected, even though we know, we have a deep knowing that we are. Let's open up the lines of communication, right? And then we more and more, because the more we honor our intuition, the stronger our intuition gets. Invest in thee, sacred seeds. Beyond beliefs, eternal truth lives. All are here now to flip the script, right the wrongs, come home to the heart, safe at the hearth, singing and swaying, finding our way again to our very own soul, the song of boundless power, finding our way to our very own soul song of boundless power, of love, only love that eternally lives on, presently now as you, divine truth. God loves you. Mother does too. So I hope something there inspired you, or perhaps struck a chord in your soul. Remember, we are the accordions in God's hands. We are here to co-create and to manifest the unfolding of the divine plan in our lives. And it's a stretch. It's a stretch. We're stretched. I had this oh my gosh, what year was that? That was probably 1981 or 82, somewhere around that time. And wrestling, I think it was the WWF, they used to call it, World Wrestling Federation. Anyways, they came out with these figures, and one I remember was called Lance Armstrong or Rex Armstrong, something Armstrong. And it had this gooey stuff in it, probably like a corn syrup or stuff, and Stretch Armstrong. That's what it was called, Stretch Armstrong. And you could warm them up by handling them, and then stretch them and tie them. And it was like, maybe chew on the thing. It was, so I feel like for many of us, we're being stretched. And, stretching tension, right? Tension. And eventually the tension is going to release. And if we have been honoring our needs, if we have been cultivating and sowing seeds, going for dreams, the best is yet to be. Just be at ease. So today, we're going to get some cards from the Spirit of the Wheel, the Magic of Flowers, and we're going to get some love from the ancestors. I'm not sure if any of you have been feeling this. Last night, so we're in the midst of geomagnetic storms. It's really important for water, for nature time, and for rest time at these times. And if you can't be around water, being in water, um, bathing. And for some reason, I was in the tub at like 2:30 in the morning after doing laundry, and there was a need to cleanse the energies of the day, to rest in what felt like a womb space, and then go to the cradle. I just heard cradle, the cradle of love. That's sweet. The bassinet of love, the cradle of love. Oh, what happened there? I hope I'm still live. And if I'm not, well, whatever. It's all divine. Okay, so let's get some. Oh, yeah. So as these cards come out, oh my gosh. As these cards come out, last night after the bath and in the bed, um, the movement through the third eye, I have not experienced in a very, very long time. I was like, what is going on here? All kinds of purples, like really magician energy. I'm almost feeling like the three M's, the mighty M's, Archangel Michael, Melchizedek, wizardry, and Merlin. Like this strong, powerful, like we're the magicians. And with any luck, as we hey, hey, Milos, welcome, brother. Thank you again for coming in here and grounding this feminine who's feeling very, like grateful for your presence, quite honestly. So thank you. It feels though that like things are opening up for us. So all this activity that was taking place through the third eye last night, and it was whites and purples coming in, and they were like doing a clean sweep. They were actually, the energy came in. I was shocked at first because it came in through the right side, which is rare for me. Most often, everything comes in through the left, and this sweep through from the right last night, and purple really felt like this magic energy, transmutation, transcending. We've done it, and the winds. And it's funny, actually, as I'm sharing this, they're promoting all these the auroras, right? The northern lights, the aurora borealis. Anyone who believes that we're actually seeing the aurora borealis where we are hasn't truly seen the aurora borealis. They dance. It's magical. It's a magical thing. It's not just colored clouds. It's movement. It's divine. It's really mystical beyond the mind. But you see how easily the mind, who that has been conditioned, that has been programmed, buys into the stuff that they're selling. It's the snake oil of days gone by, right? The door-to-door salesman. It's foolishness, and we're not here for that. We are here for the true. Yeah, and you would see them there, but we wouldn't see them here, and we're seeing them all the time. This phenomena, this rare occurrence, happens all the time. People fail to see, though, the lines in the sky every day, the heavy metals that are in our atmosphere. That is the deception at play. And it's the soft seeding of this that has got the human collective to the mushy brain stage. The mushy brain. And so that's like, at this stage, we're either going authentic, the innate intelligence reactivating, and reestablishing, clearing through our deep roots, so that we may be the activated tree of life, The fool-la-la is going to go on, but there's a shift, there's a separation. Which world are you living in? And I find that are they still dancing over there in Serbia, Milos? Like, are they still dancing around? Because if they are, that's really beautiful. The red energy is the earth. We are so supported here on earth, and yet we must be grounded. And that was the question that came through, right? Like the messages that came through this morning, it was activated deep roots. Oh, they're pulsating very slowly. That's interesting. Activated deep roots. Love, a safari of love, soul love grows here now. Sacred ground remembered. Love soft and tender. Ancient, eternal, timeless, boundless. Can you ground this? That's what we're here for. So let us remember that we are the magicians. We are the script flippers. We are the ancient ones who agreed to have this experience here on the body of the mother, to activate the higher timeline of Gaia, the divine, the elevated frequency here on earth. We are the ones here to hold it. We are the ones here to hold it. And we are tethered always to the eternal source of creation. And that eternal source of creation wants us to find our spark again. You see, there's so much movement for the on the right, like, yeah. The earth is so beautiful, and all of these grifts, all of these things that are pushed on us on the human collective is just sheer nonsense. What is one of the biblical things? Money is the root of all evil. And what was our brother Jesus the Christ doing? He was flipping the friggin' tables on the bankers, on the tax collectors, the thieves, and what was he doing? Tending to brothers and sisters, growing communities in faith. Faith in what? That we are powerful, that we are connected to a loving source, that we are here on the body of the mother for a great purpose, and that we've earned this. We deserve this place that we've arrived at. However we got here, a lot of tumbling, stumbling, bumbling, yet we're here with clarity and becoming more clear year by year. Sorry, guys. It's like, yeah. And who says we must pay? Who says we must pay? And if we don't, so this is the thing. So if we don't stand up in the places where our voices are shaking, and normally you and I, we are going to stand up for what is righteous, right? What is true. We have courageously cultivated our ability to navigate truth within our experience through the painful walk of healing, to return to the essence of love, to the purity of heart of the sweet child, girl or boy, that lives inside. And we do this through the journey of resting and releasing. And, I get offended. It's okay for us to be offended. And what offends me are things that insult my innate intelligence and my soul. We are all worthy and deserving. And you know what? If I must pay to be here, I shouldn't have to work my entire life to just keep a roof over my head. Right? Because we're all worthy and deserving of the basics, right? Fresh water, good, nutritious food, wholesome food, clean water. Wholesome food is medicine. Clean water is medicine. Shelter, community, and yet that has been taken away from us, and in very insulting ways. Very insulting ways. At the job front this week, they had signs put on doors. It's like a kindergarten. It's like kindergarten. And um it's hard to explain, I guess. In a world that is been so watered down and so conditioned, until we begin to communicate with one another and encourage one another to rise, the rise will not take place. We can't do it alone. With our team in the spiritual realms, we rise out of our experience, and then at some point in time we must come together and support one another to rise, right? And we must take a stand, and it really is time. Whenever you're seeing this, it's time. Do not stay hidden. Do not allow yourself to continue to hide the brilliant light that you are. The sword of truth is your spine. And for those of you here, there's no doubt that you truly are aligned with the divine. And it was 3113 there. Yes. What is the point of being a cup of light, a chalice of light, if we're not willing to overflow into the world? That's miserly energy. That's not a virtue. That's not something to aspire to be a miser. For what? I say to people are like, oh, it doesn't matter anyways. Well, yeah, it does. It does matter, because you've worked your entire life for what? To be robbed, to be stolen from? And really, what's been stolen from us? Our innocence, right? And so we, through our journeys, we return to the space of innocence, and I have been called foolhardy a lot. And you know what? I'll go out being foolhardy, a fool for love, a fool in love, and one who is courageous enough to speak up. And that's who we are, leading from the chest, proud of who we are, proud of the obstacles we've overcome. We don't bow down to, perhaps maybe, as I'm trying to spit that out, they're showing me perhaps maybe it's time to kneel down with one another and pray. When was the last time we've done that? Used to be pretty commonplace. And prayer, bending our knees and perhaps placing our forehead on the ground and outstretching our arms, opening our heart to Mother Earth, perhaps, well, that's for sure a form of prayer. Bending our knees, bowing our head and our hands at our chest in prayer position. That's prayer. It really feels like the sense of community has been severed in tremendous and profound ways since the 1970s. Yeah. And, and we're back at Milos is saying here, as soon as our cup overflows, we should pour into others. The fool is the first card, the zero. It's like, take a deep breath and go for it. The fool is in the circle, in the, like the world energy. So we've all wrapped up a cycle. We've been speaking about it for most of 2025. This is what's coming in. We've wrapped up huge cycles. And here we are at, in this really, it feels like an auspicious time. Beyond the mind, the sacred heart beats. And so, yeah, we have, we've reawakened on another level. I can't believe the transformation. I can't believe, like, I am not the same woman that walked into 2025 as the one who will be strutting out. strutting out of this year, not even at all, not even close. And I'm so grateful for all the opportunities this year to heal more deeply, like the deepest wound, abandonment. And the abandonment stops the moment we show up for ourselves and stop abandoning ourselves. And so I'm going to strut out of 2025 into 2026 and continue to nurture the thrive. And I'm going to continue to trust and follow the intuitive nudges and winks that I get that encourage me to remove the armor that circumstance and situations inadvertently placed on my chest, because no one else can do that. It's like we have the key. We are the key. That's nice to know, Milos. Milo said he recently prayed with a large number of people. And in the old world over there in Serbia, it's still a very common thing. Here in the West, in the West, we've lived in ignorance for generations over here. Like, we're the best, we're the best. The West is crumbling. The West as we knew it no longer exists. It really doesn't. And, it's alarming, really. To be one awake in a sleepy world. And, as one who knows the essence of soul is very old, an ancient one, a mystic, an oracle, all of it, all of us have been. It's so important for us to reestablish those sacred ways, praying over our food, because they're doing so much. Food is hardly even food. Most of the food we have now didn't exist 100 years ago. Food is medicine. It's no wonder society is so sick, because, a lot of stuff comes out of boxes, bags, or whatever. That's not really food. And so it's up to us, the individual, to, support our light body, to eat nutritious foods. And, and be patient with ourselves as we make changes. They don't make it easy to support ourselves in nourishing ways, right? When we're just working to keep a roof over our head and, perhaps wheels under us, a car and gas in the car and some food in the fridge, before we know it, what do we do? There's no, like Milo said, we must pay to live. Well, it's become difficult. It's become difficult. Yes. And women did. And I saw a meme the other day and it was really funny. It was a vision of the pearly gates. Is my phone here? Oh no, my phone's not here. But it was a vision of the pearly gates. Let me get it. It's too funny not to share it. Yeah, the ways of the woman were, snuffed out, really, and women were demonized, right? And in a large part through organized religion, in the stories told by men, where, I'm a firm believer that probably either 12 or 13, maybe 13 books have been removed from the Bible that we currently have in our homes today. And the books that were removed are about the sacred feminine, 100%. I mean, today in the one area in the Bible that really, I believe Proverbs 8 really speaks of the sacred feminine. And in Proverbs 8, that energy is called wisdom. And, yeah. So let me show you this. This made me laugh. Oh, can you see it? So the pearly gates. Here, let's just. Oh shoot. It's the pearly gates, and it's got the goddess up there, and you got these three dudes at the gates, and they're like, uh-oh, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And so again, we and that's funny. Milos is saying he was excommunicated from the church for daring to speak of the divine feminine. And I've had some lively conversations with many who identify to a religious denomination throughout my life. And, many who are wise, uh, and in particular, it's been men actually that I've had these um, conversations with about the feminine. And one in particular, a dear sweet friend of mine, which I must go and visit him soon. Um, he's in his 80s. You've heard me speak of him before, Uncle Mickey. And, we've had some lively conversations, and he's a very religious man. And he's like a kindred spirit. We're definitely soul fam. And, he's like, Lisa, God is not done with you. God wants to speak through you. I believe God does anyways, or source. And it's with the utmost respect for everything that we've been through. We've been so lied to. And the worst part is then we lie to ourselves. And so, let us restore balance through our experience, because yes, I believe the Bible, a lot of the stories, it's all symbolic, right? It's not literal. Like maybe Jacob's ladder is our spine, right? Like all of it, everything. I don't know the Bible a lot, only what I've been guided to. It's just like it's about the experience. It's like the embodiment of the experience. And that's what our brother Jesus, or Yeshua, because there would have been no J's back in those days, right? Yeshua, someone else told me they called him Yisa. And that is, I believe, according to Islam. So, at the end of the day, all this upheaval, all this strife on this planetary realm has been created by the minds of madmen. Madmen. And it's been a slow, insidious, and it's been sold as entertainment to us, the working class, if you will, the peasants, if you will. We're not peasants. We are divine royalty, here to rise and level up and meet. Everyone I meet in life is equal. We are all afforded the same opportunities, the same guidance. We must be courageous enough, though, to take a stand. Isa. Yeah, and it's funny because so Milos is saying Muslims call him Isa. But Muslims are Muslim because they follow Islam, I believe. I asked a gentleman that this week because I don't really understand all of this, and there's so much. Christianity is older than Islam, but then because the Prophet Muhammad came after, like 14 years later or whatever, 1400 years after Jesus, I don't know. And do we have to really, like, I'm not a what do they call it? A theologian. That's not my gig. My gig here in this life as a human, HUE, having the experience that we've had in the flesh and bone, is not to like debate religion or anything like that. It is to guide. First, I had to guide myself home through my connection to source, to my very own heart, and then support and gently encourage and hopefully inspire others to do the same, so we can come back as the spark so that we can be here now as the spark of creation that is so powerful. Um, Muslims call him Isa, and so do the monks in Tibet. And there's a book, Jesus and Buddha as Brothers, Thich Nhat Hanh, I believe. Um, Even before the apostles and preachers came there, I know scripture by heart and didn't find what I was seeking there, so I went my own way. Yeah. And I believe that's the intent of it. We are meant to find our own way. You know, we are meant to pray. We are meant to meditate. We are meant to cultivate community, connection, growth, healing in the world. And that's what our brother did. I remember when the COVID was flying across the planet, um, a handful of years ago or whatever. And someone's like, oh, you should put a mask on or do this or do that. And I'm like, I walk with my brother, Jesus, and, he ministered to the lepers, man. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. I trust in the divine's plan for me. I trust that I'm still here as the seed because that is what is I'm meant to be here as the seed. I haven't fulfilled my service to God yet in this lifetime. Will I? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And that is what keeps me going and growing and being bold and taking risks and softening. Yeah, me either. But, people like us who didn't take any, pharmakia, those of us who didn't take it, we should be dead according to what was going around, the propaganda, right? We should be dead. I'm actually healthier than most who I know that invested in that and got conned by that whole thing. And so, again, I have the utmost respect for everyone because, it takes it's easy to be fooled, I guess. It's easy to be fooled, right? We've all been fooled. I won't get fooled again. So the cards that came through, the first one out was Rest and Cleansing Moon. Number 17, the star. I've been so drawn to the star energy these days because it's healing, right? Like our love is our medicine. Connection is medicine. Touch is medicine. All of it. Yeah, it is easy. Yeah, fear is a motivator for a lot, isn't it? And then, then fear, and then what pops in is that justified anger and that mob mentality. Oh my gosh, you're not doing it? You are dangerous. Really? Really? How about taking responsibility for our own health by the things we do every day, what we invest in, what we put into our vessel? It's interesting that they chose to jab people instead of in giving everyone gym memberships. They probably could have done that for cheaper, right? Vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc. Encourage working with oh shoot, why am I not even thinking about that? Oh, iodine. Iodine. There were so many other options. Sunshine. Breathe freely. We inhale the good stuff, we exhale the bad stuff. Right? And, if you want me to put a mask on my face that I can see my breath through it, like it's kind of, how stupid do you think I am? We all have opinions. But like, look at this. This is that stag energy, and it's the 17 and balanced relationship, self-expression, and boundaries. And I have one altar in my home space, and it has a little stag, a set of stag horns. And I love that this stag is like white. It's almost like the rare gift. The rare gift is what? The purity of our heart. Milos, that's so cool. The purity of our heart. breaking free. We've got 31 there, which we know, or if you've been here for a while, 13 is my number for the feminine. And so 31 is the mirror of that. And then you add the 3 plus 1, 3 into 1, the masculine and the feminine. Returning to the innocence and the purity of heart, and knowing that we're free and that we're protected, and knowing that we've done, our work is never going to be done. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe when I was embarked upon this journey like decades ago, I might have thought that we get to a completion point. I don't believe that's it. I believe perhaps the completion point in the flesh is the last breath. And yet the last breath brings us into a new experience, right? It's a transition point, the space between, and death and rebirth take place in the same space. I love this. I really love this for us. And then the next card out was the Stone of Self. Oh my God. There we go. 31, 13, 13, 31, the feminine and masculine coming together because they're making the changes. Number 5, change. Grounding. We've got lots of messages here about being grounded. And what are we grounded in? We are grounded in the essence of soul, our inner power, our true self, and our potential is unlimited when we trust and listen to our heart. Grounding, steady progress. And the turtle is the representation of the feminine with the 13 sections on the back. Slow and steady, deep roots support new growth. Oh, I saw a massive hawk yesterday and something else. And then just because I see the hawk on there. Oh, it was in my mind's eye last night with that cleansing that took place through the third eye. If you missed it, it was coming in through the right side. It was all like purple energy, and it was just sweeping through almost like the auroras, not what the colored clouds we're seeing here, the true aurora borealis. And one time, many, many years ago, a client of mine, a dear sister, said that she sent me a message one day and she's like, Lisa, you came to me in my dream last night and you took me on a journey through the aurora borealis. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah. And I've had a lot of those. Like I've had people say that I came to them in their dreams at walking out of a large body of water, like an ocean, towards them. So, we don't know. At least I don't feel that we know the extent of our impact on others when we continue to nurture and sow and cultivate. I mean, right? Like, yeah. Right. And Milos' sister dreamt of me. I've had a lot of people dream of me, and I haven't dreamt of many. I've dreamt of one, and that's only been in the last year. There's been visitations in the dream time by one I feel is a divine counterpart in this lifetime, and like a wish and dream come true. Reward, if you will. Reward, not in a way that's like, reward for the inner work, a reward for the courage and the strength and the perseverance. And the reward supports expanded growth, expanded healing. Because, back to that question, when do we ever finish healing? I believe we reach a point we can go so far on our own. And then, if we get that far on our own, I feel that we get the opportunity to heal and grow in union and connection with the beloved in this life. So let's see. And 4, 13 comes to 4. So we've got 4, 4 here. Building blocks, stable and strong, and yeah. So let's get some magic of flowers. I don't know. Is this making sense, Milos? If you're catching this on the replay, let me know. Like, do you resonate? Thank you all for showing up in recent days. The channel tipped 800 subscribers. Can you believe it? I can't. I'm grateful. So thank you so much. And the last video yesterday or the day before's video, the last I saw had 69 views. Wow. Breaking records, breakthroughs, breaking free. Yes, the sunflower, free to be. I'm allowed to show male breasts here on the channel. YouTube likes that. Male nipples are good, everyone. So I'm glad that this is what we got. The sunflower. And this is it. Freedom. The warrior. All that's missing here. Well, you know what? The visual on this card is of great reverence, isn't it? Great reverence and an open heart. Leading with our heart. Moving forward with an open heart. And knowing that our spine is the sword of light. And spirits got our back, and in fact, all sides, all around us. And yeah, we're never alone. I love that card came out. And this healing heart. I mean, come on, or bleeding heart. But I was feeling healing heart again, masculine and feminine, right? I saw, the feminine holds the space, and in some ways the feminine takes the lead in the journey of the remembering, right? We remind one another who we are. And in this past year, I have had such a strong connection with the divine counterpart in the spiritual realms, not here in the physical, and yet very close, like very close in proximity. And, it takes courage to continue to cultivate through the connection to the multiverse. And, like with any luck, because I know I've been greatly supported by this counterpart in the spiritual realms. I mean, like, part of what you see sitting here in front of you today is that energetic, that love bond that is shared. Whether it ever materializes or manifests here in the 3D, I mean, my left ear is going crazy. I really, I don't want to jinx myself. I don't want to jinx anything. And then can we really jinx anything that's meant for us? Maybe that was another lie, jinxing. We are the magicians. And so this is so beautiful. We come together by following our hearts, by trusting what we know. We get over the heartache alone. Yes, this is a poppy. It's funny, when I made that bold move the other day on 11/11, of course, there was a poppy pinned to my chest. And, this is about love and rooted in love. And being rooted in love supports the healing of the heart. And yes, it is a walk each of us take on our own to heal our own wounds. And, and then we walk that way because, I've known for a very long time that I don't want to walk through this life alone. And yet, like we stumbled along the way because we connected and engaged from an unhealed space. And yet 2025 has been a year to invest in the self, our own power, remembering who we are. And so, I have all my loved ones in spirit and the big guy up there, God, and then Frank. And, like they love me so much. They love me so much, and they have helped me to remember, as well as the connection of the counterpart has helped me to remember who I am help me to remember my heart. And so, with any luck, perhaps I've helped him as well because we're friggin' amazing. Like dynamic duo, wonder twin powers activate, form of connection, shape of what is destined. Who remembers the Wonder Twins? Or is that just a Canadian thing? Hanna-Barbera, I think it was Wonder Twins. Anyways, that just popped in. I'm so old school. And then we've got the rose. And the rose of our heart opening up. The rose of the divine feminine, the womb space of the feminine, the flower of life that is awesome. I love that, Milos. Yeshua told Milos personally how loved he was. He couldn't bear me living the lie that I am not. And again, religion has taught so much nonsense. Well, darkness has been taking place in basements, behind altars, and all this kind of stuff, right? Like, no, enough is enough. We're coming home to the Sacred Heart, the Sophia, the wisdom, the mother, the rose. And this feels like, the heart, the rose there is I'm feeling it as the fool, and the fool surrounded by the embrace of unconditional love. What is that? 8 roses around the outside? Yeah, 8. Right? The essence of soul, eternal love here grows. Yeah, eternal. Is that? I don't know proper English. Does the spiritual realm speak proper English? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know where these words come from half the time. It's feelings. So, a return to the heart. This is all heart. Every single card that came out from the magic of flowers is heart. Every single. And the red, all the red in it is also grounding. And the gold is what? The solar plexus. So, I'm going to ask just for one card from our loved ones in spirit. Let's see. Yeah. And perhaps the fool is already at home now, and now they're embarking on a new adventure, right? Expanded horizons. Expansion of service into the world, like really doing what we're here to do, because we work in partnership with the divine and in partnership with a counterpart energy. We're not meant to walk through life alone and to bear the burdens on our shoulders alone. Men and women, we have roles to support one another. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're saying 3 cards. So, okay. And then I'm going to put them away. So, remember I said 1 card? There's the key we were talking about earlier. Destiny. Do we believe? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And perhaps that connection with the counterpart that I experienced, the activation, the remembering last November, the 29th, through eye contact, the message received, the remembering, and the shocking revelation it was. Perhaps since that time, I know certainly that, what do I want to say? That master has supported me in the spiritual realms 100%. So that energy has been a teacher for me. And I trust in some way the same exchange has taken place. And in some small way, perhaps I've been a teacher for them. As we remember what is destined for us. And this is 10, 10, 10. you know, that 10 energy, the wheel's always moving. The wheel spins. When we come out of the hermit, we move into the destined experience. So I'm going to just hold this here. You can screenshot it if you want to read that message. I'm not feeling written, but I'm not feeling guided to read it, but I'm kind of reading it and it looks great. So this is the first message. We're on the right path. The second message is joy. Little hummingbird here. Look at that little hummingbird with his like all the medicine tools. The little bell, we got the feather, a couple feathers there, some ribbon, and that beautiful long beak that just extracts the sweetness out of all of the beautiful experiences of life. Patience. Oh, come on. Seriously? I'm very patient. But 6 is about the choice, right? 6 is the choice. 6 is the lovers, the fated connections in this life. The red ribbon, the red string of fate moving throughout our experiences to bring us home to our hearts so that we may experience communion with the other. Something greater, south, red. Here, I'm going to just put this here, screenshot it if you will. Is it clear? I just don't want my face. There we go. Screenshot it, read it. And then this was the third. And this is about the path of forgiveness, the transformation that takes place. And I love where these monarchs are loaded. I love where the monarchs are sitting here because it's like the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart. And then the antenna, it's like almost around the neck. Right? This is how we evolve. Again, the red energy. Rejoice. Am I going to bust into song? Tristan says yes. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of presence in my heart. So rejoice. And that's one thing too. That's the one thing I do love about some of the religions out there is the revival energy. It's the passion. It's the singing. Yet can we carry that out into the world? Or can we create in the world those spaces that are passionate? You know, a lot of in the spiritual communities, there's these festivals and stuff, but it's just toxic. It's engaged. It's kind of like peace, love, and whatever, like the hippies, right? Engaging without consciousness in connection, which just perpetuates the wounding. And so I thank you for being the integrated vessel that isn't perpetuating the wounding. You are coming to a place where you are going to be creating the spaces of rejoicing in your life, the revival, the remembering, the connection, the community, and going forward and bringing your gifts into the world. This is where we're at. The writers, the mystics, the poets, the artists, the dancers, the oracles, the modern day prophets. Remember in March, I think it was in March, didn't I have to get out of bed at like 3 a.m? And it was around the time of the Virgo full moon eclipse. And I had to get out of bed and write down modern mystic ancient wisdom. So those of us that are here remembering, that's what we are. We are the modern day mystics, and modern day mystics may feel like misfits. That's okay. That's okay. We're cool. We are very cool. I think I am. And that's all that matters. I find myself rather entertaining. Others may find me rather entertaining, and I'm sure there's a lot that find me rather annoying. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not here to please anyone. Those days are done, right? And the people pleasing energy puts us in that victim mentality energy. Oh, I'm going to go out and save the world, and we can't even save ourselves. Authentic intelligence, right? We got to do the work to hold the vibe, to hold the higher frequency that we're here to hold. So let us rejoice. Here, you can screenshot it. Right. I love the bottom line here. Bottom sentence. Evil has no place here. We're flipping that on its head, and we are living our best life. We are going for delight. We're diving into the delicacy of life. And so, with that being said, I'm going to get out and go and dive into the delicacy of my life, probably by um, resting. I'm going to go lay down. I think I have an event tonight. I've got to go house party, and I think there's 5 or 6 ladies. I'm going to do some 1 1 1 1 1 some readings for. So yeah, I'm going to rest up for that, and then I'm going to enjoy the rest of the weekend. Oh, nice. Dancing tonight. I'll probably do some of that too. That usually is a part of my weekend. Dancing for one. So much fun. Even the dogs. I mean, Luna, I can carry her around and dance, and Tristan too, but not Rex. And so, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, maybe during the day. We'll see. We'll see how it unfolds. So I trust that you go. If we don't see you here tomorrow, we will be back for sure on Sunday at 12:21 as we tune into the energy of the new week in front of us. So I thank you all for showing up today. Thank you for your thumbs up. If anything here resonated, please do consider subscribing. Let us support the vibe. 11221. We are the Sacred Reset. We're trusting our intuition. Our intuition knows best. And let us remove the armor from our chest. Lead with our chest, proud of all that we are. Bright, shining, healing stars who have fallen to the earth for an experience of wishes and dreams coming true. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you so much for showing up. Milo's brother, thank you for holding space and balancing the exchange here. I love you. And until next time, take good care. Enjoy your dancing tonight and have some fun. Rub-a-dub-dub. Yeah, sacred cup. Rub-a-dub-dub, you're the sacred cup. Thanks for showing up.